Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Stephanie's Stamp Pad where we get together and create a card. Today's card is going to be this cute little one that says Happy Mail, and it has our fun little mailbox, and you open it up and you can add your message to it. Now look at how fancy this edge is. Well, you know what? You don't have to worry because that is a die, so you don't have to try to you don't have to try to cut that out by hand. Now the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you some of the products we're going to be using. We're going to be using some of our enamel dots. We're going to be using the Framelits drop-ins, and this one is officially called the Scalloped with Flowers and Sentiments. We're going to use the Happy Mail dies and the Happy Mail to stamp set. We're also going to be using licorice ink, and it looks like storm ink as well, and as well as a blender. Let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to die cut our card base. Now I'm going to open up. Is this the one I have open? Ah, darn it, I already had one open and now I'm going to open another one. Isn't it funny? I really thought I had one that was open. So we're going to get out the card base, and then we are going to die cut that. So I'm going to bring that over here and die cut that. Now the nice thing about this card is that it cuts it and it scores it for me in the center, which is very, very handy. Run that through, just like that. Okay, so now it's added my cute little scallops, and I kind of cut it a little on the edge, so we'll use this one. But I've added my scallops, and then I'm just going to simply fold it in half on the score lines. Easy peasy. That's how simple that is. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add our rectangle, and we've already die cut a rectangle, and we've just rounded the corners. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh, but you know what I'm going to do before that? I'm going to ink the edges. And let me get a piece of scratch paper. Here, we'll use this scratch paper. It's Eclipse paper, how ironic, huh? And we're going to get some storm ink, and we're going to get our blender. Now when you ink, you can just lightly go, oh, you know what? That's too dark. Let's use the cloud instead. Let's grab cloud. Cloud is down here. And so I'll just use the other, oh, dangerous. Always put your lids on. That's what's going to happen if you don't. So we're just going to grab some ink, start on the edge, and then just work our way on. Start slow. You can always add more. It's easier to add more than less, right? And we're just going to ink the edges, kind of give it a smokier look for this cloud, which is really fun. You can always add more. Go along the edge like that. I just start on the scratch paper and then I just work my way over to the cardstock. Keep going, almost done. And I want to add a little bit more on the corner, so I'm just going to kind of rub a little bit more. There we go, and a little bit more there. Awesome. Now I take a look at it. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. So now what I want to do is I want to stamp my Happy Mail all around. Oh, put the lid on. They don't dry out, but, well, eventually they would. But the main concern is that you'll put your hand in it like I did earlier. And we're going to find the cute little one that says Happy Mail. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, it's a little tiny baby one. And let's get a little block. The smaller the stamp, you want it to be the smaller the block, because it'll give you more control. And let's use, you know what? I'm going to use licorice. And we're just going to randomly stamp this. And you don't have to ink it every single time. You can go second and probably third generation. That's fun. Oh, one more. There we go. Okay, so now we have that. Now let's go ahead and add that to our card base. Add that right there. And then we're going to stamp our fence post / mailbox, as well as the, whoops, come on, baby, envelopes. So let's get the envelope, put the Happy Mail back on there. Let's get the envelope, and we're going to stamp that in grape and banana and guava. And for once, I actually have all of those colors right here. That's like amazing. Do yellow first, because that's the lightest. That way you're going to be doing less cleaning. And you can just stamp on scratch paper. You can use a Dyed wipe, whatever. Purple, stamp that. And last but not least, let's clean that. Make sure it's clean before, we don't want to contaminate everything. And then let's do our guava. Okay, so we're going to die cut all of those. Now I have them already die cut, but I'll die cut one of them. Oh, we need to do with the brown. And that is probably chocolate or ginger snap. Either one would work. That one's probably ginger snap, so let's use that one. Chocolate would work though as well. And let's get our stamp. And we need a bigger block. Lay that baby down right there. Now this is the first time I've used this stamp set, so if, not this exact, I mean, the first time I've used this exact one. I mean, I've used this stamp set before, but not this one. Does that make sense? This is a brand new one. I usually get new ones. So we're gonna stamp that and we're gonna check it. Of course, I am using my secret weapon underneath. That looks pretty good, but I'm gonna stamp it one more time on the back. You always, a brand new stamp set, you always wanna stamp once or twice on scratch paper. And then that kind of conditions it and makes it accept the ink a little bit better, so your other impressions will be a little better. That one's a little better, so we'll use that one. Cover our ink pad. Then we're gonna do some die cutting. So let's open up this one. And we're gonna die cut some grass as well while we're here. Open that up and let's peel this one off. So we're going to die cut our mailbox, and I'll line that up a little better in a second. And we're gonna get out some of the grass. Cute little 3 things of grass. And so we have some of those. So we'll do one there, one there. The nice thing about that extended platform is I have a lot of real estate to use. And then let's move this over here. And then let's cut out one of those envelopes. I already have another one, others cut out already, so I'll use those, but we'll cut out one for now. And then let's see what else we have going. Whoops, that's not lined up on there yet. Okay, a little bit more, a little bit more. Perfectionist in me. And we do need, I know, a little red flag. And we're also going to cut out again out of this one the pink. So I've already cut out the pink heart. I have that cut out already, so we don't have to do that, but you would also do that, and you would cut out these as well. So let's take this, and I'm going to bring it a little closer so I can line this baby up just right. Make sure I get it nice and lined up. And I'm going to get a cutting pad, and I'm going to run all of that through. Look at that. All at one time. All those different pieces at one time. Okay, so now I have my cute little mailbox. I have my cute little flag. There he is, with the little heart cut out. I have one of my envelopes, and that moved a little bit, so we'll use the one that's already cut out for me. We'll bring these over here so you can see them. And let's poke this baby through. So now we're getting our grass together. There we go, there's one. Let's get this one out. This paper piercer that came with my secret weapon is so handy. So we have some grass. Now the envelopes we've already cut out. So I have one here, 3 here, 3 here total. A little dirty because I dropped my ink pad. We'll make it work though, and I want to show you what I'm going to do. Now lastly though, we also need the blue cut out. So you would cut your blue mailbox out of the blue, and then also out of the pink to get the heart as well. So then what we're going to do is we're going to start putting this together. We're going to grab our card. Now our mailbox goes on the very bottom, so we're going to layer this. It's kind of like paper piercing. Paper piecing. We're just layering all of our pieces together. So I'm going to just go ahead and layer all of that down. Now I have 2 options. Because I am adding the blue, I can easily just trim that mailbox off so it doesn't add any extra dimension, but I'm gonna leave it on because I'm gonna put that blue right over it, and it's gonna kind of just pop it up a little tiny bit. Not much, but a little tiny bit, it's gonna pop it up because it has that cardstock on it. So it'll give it a layered effect, and I kind of want that layered effect. See how it kind of makes it get a little layered effect. And I love this mailbox because technically it opens up just enough so you could kind of open it. It's kind of fun. And then we are going to use our little pink heart, but we're gonna use a little tiny bit of foam tape or something to pop that up. Let's see if I have any here. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You never know. But if you don't, you can take a glue dot or a Zot, and you can layer that a couple times, layer like 2 or 3 on there, and that's gonna give you a little dimension. So we'll just add a couple more, one more. So it's gonna give us a little bit of pop. Add that right on top. So it's just gonna give us a little bit more dimension. And then we need to add our little red flag. Here's mine that's already got it cut out. Now normally I think this would have been a really good idea to use the Sizzix adhesive on it, but we'll just put we'll put scratch paper underneath and we'll run that through. There we go. And we'll add that one right there. And then we're going to add our cute little envelopes. Now, as you remember, I accidentally got ink on these, but I'm still gonna use them. Now, how am I gonna do that, you say? Well, I'm just gonna layer them so these ink spots do not show. So I'm going to layer them a little different than my sample. And I'll probably layer them just like that, and now you'll never know that I made a mistake. There's no mistake in crafting. That's what I always like to say. I was with Kirsten's 4th grade class the other day, and we were making some little snowman signs, and a little boy was upset because he thought that he made a mistake. And I said, you know what? There's no such thing as mistakes in crafting. You just change your plan. Once you change your plan, you're good to go. And no one will ever know that I got ink on those little envelopes. Look at that. You'll never know. Except I told you, but pretend that you don't remember that, okay? So let's grab our 3 little pieces of grass, and we're gonna add adhesive to the back of those. Again, probably Sizzix adhesive would have been a better idea, but that's okay. Pretend we didn't have any, which would be almost a sin. Not quite, but I love my Sizzix adhesive. You hear me talking about it all the time. All the time. Okay, so let's add this one. So fun. And then we are going to add the little dots all the way around. Now it would be a cute idea to add a little tiny extra bit of color around the edges. And this time I actually think I am going to use Storm instead of Cloud, a little darker, just to give it a little extra more definition. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? The blending really just adds a little extra. And with the corners on these, it's really nice because you can get in those corners, in those little tight spots. So let's just add that. It only takes a moment, but it really does add definition and excitement to your cards. I've got a little extra on that one, that's okay. And it just kind of gives another dimension. Instead of layering another piece on there, you just add some ink and it really shows up. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? Am I already done? That was easy. Oh, nope. One more step. We are going to add our little enamel dots. Now, it almost looks done, and look at this one. It almost looks done. My envelopes are a little different because I messed up, but it almost looks done, but look at how those enamel dots just really, really make it pop. So let's add some enamel dots. And we want to use the same, get that, was stuck in there. We want to use the same size for all of them, so we're going to use the medium size. And we're just going to add those cute little dots. Let's do some white first, then add some blue. Make a little pattern here. The nice thing about these is they already have adhesive on the back, so it makes it a little easier. Get in there, get over there more. There we go. Blue, and let's do pink. Pink, pink. Add that one. Add that one, and let's add some yellow. Look at how fun this card is just coming to life. Yellow, and then we're going to do another white, and a blue, and lastly a pink. And we are done. Look at how beautiful and how easy that card was. Happy mail, and it's just literally falling out of that mailbox. Thanks so much for joining me for another episode of Stephanie's Stamp Pad. Come back next week and we will have another video to share. Thanks so much, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.